I'm Dyson Daniels and I play for the New Orleans Pelicans. Mine's Cubs.
With the 8th pick, the New Orleans Pelicans select Dyson Daniels from Bendigo, Australia.
All right, we're in with Dyson Daniels today on In the Cut. First question, what is your name and what do you do?
I'm Dyson Daniels. I'm a basketball player for the New Orleans Pelicans, and right now we're just in off-season out here in J-Lil's gym working out.
So take us through a little, just a day in the life of Dyson Daniels. You know, what's a normal day out here in the summer when you've been training here with J-Law, / what are you doing kind of in your hobbies and whatnot?
Yeah, day in the life, for me right now, it's, wake up around 7:30, 8, get some breakfast, do a little bit of stretching. Then I like to, get on the floor around, I actually have a weight session in the morning, 9:30, 9:30, 10:30 in the weight room, on floor 10:30 to 12. Every day is different. Might be shooting some days one-on-one, some days, learning different concepts and stuff like that. Head home, get some lunch, and then we're in Cali, so there's a lot to do. I might go to the beach, go to the pool, go down to LA, go shopping. So, the rest of the day, I get to myself to kind of, just chill and, soak up the off-season really.
Tell me one thing you've been really working on in this off-season.
Yeah, this off-season I've been working on my shooting a lot. For me, it's I have to be able to shoot the ball to be able to play on this team. So making sure I can knock down catch and shoot threes, coming off off the dribble threes, working on ball handling, staying low, and then in the weight room is getting stronger. So there's been a few focus points, but the whole round game I've been working on.
What's one aspect of your game you would consider an underrated skill that you have?
One aspect of my game I'd consider underrated would probably be, I think my playmaking ability. I feel like I see the floor really well. I'm able to get teammates in the right positions, set my teammates up, throwing lobs, get hidden corners, throwbacks, things like that. Just get my teammates involved, making plays. And then, I think right now my shooting's probably underrated as well because, I'm feeling good with how that's come.
What did draft day look for you? What was that experience like?
The draft day for me was a really good experience. For me, it was woke up early around 6:30. Went and got some shots up, just take my mind off everything. So went and got some shots up for an hour. I had some fun on the floor. Then I was come back. We had a lunch with all the players and the commissioner. So everyone was there at the lunch. Then we went back and was really get ready for the draft. A lot of media, a lot of interviews, a lot of photos. Throw on the suit, make sure you're looking fresh. And we head over to the stadium around 4:35. Get ready. For the draft, a lot of photos, a lot of media leading up to it. Just a really fun night. You're sitting there waiting for your name to be called. It's pretty nerve-wracking, but once you get your name called, it's the best feeling in the world.
That's cool. That's got to be an incredible feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
So Dyson, tell me one thing that inspires you on the day-to-day basis.
One thing that inspires me is just my family. Being able to, put in the work to, be able to give them a life they've always wanted. They raised me right. Everything I do is because of them and for me, they're my inspiration to wake up every day and go give my all, get to the top. So definitely my family is my biggest inspiration.
Is there any players in particular you're looking forward to playing against?
Some players I'm looking forward to playing against. I think LeBron's the obvious one. Growing up, him being like the best player of this era, one of the greatest players of all time. You want to go at those guys. So sure, it's gonna be fun playing against him. Westbrook was my favorite player growing up, so going against him. So looking forward to playing the Lakers for sure, because there's some great players in that team that all-time greats that I'd love to go against.
What's one thing you're really looking forward to going to New Orleans?
One thing in New Orleans I'm looking forward to are the food for sure. Yeah. Big food guy. So I'm looking forward to going and getting some good food out there for sure.
I will be the MVP in the league.
Will I be the MVP in the league? Yeah, for sure. One day I'm going to be the MVP in the league.
You heard it here first on In the Cut.
MVP.
Yup. Yeah. What's your favorite Australian movie?
I'm actually a news guy. I'll sit there and watch the news all day.
Really?
Yeah, know what's going on, but I'm not a big movie guy. I'm more of a gamer, so I'll be playing games.
You ever played I was going to ask you ever played CFDs, but you're the one who got me with that.
That's my joke, man. You can't be using my joke on me.
Ask Deuce.
Deuce, you ever play Sea of Thieves? You play Sea of Thieves?
Yes.
See if these nuts fit in your mouth? Deuce loves that game.
That's Deuce's favorite game.
That's Deuce's favorite game.
All right.
Ace, you like Wendy's? Ace, do you like Wendy's?
I like Wendy's. No,
You don't?
I don't like Wendy's.
You don't like Wendy's nuts smack you in the face?
So talk to us about your DJing.
Yeah, I'm a DJ, man. You know, the last few months I've been getting in DJing, so trying to get my first gig, you know, somewhere. But you know, I love doing that. I love mixing music. You know, I grew up loving music, so you know, now I got some spare time. You know, I love mixing music, finding music, making beats and stuff like that. So that's me for sure. So if you need a DJ, hit me up. $500 an hour.
Hey, we got to get a Dyson and Shaquille O'Neal DJ collab. Doesn't Shaq DJ?
Shaq DJs, yeah, we got to get that.
So sick.
So Ace asks, what's your goal for this next season?
My goal for this next season is, you know, to be the best version of me I can. You know, I'm coming into a really good team. You know, looking to, you know, make a deep playoff run this year. So for me, you know, my goal is to earn my spot on this roster. You know, is to start. You know, earn my minutes, earn my respect to my teammates and stuff like that. And then, you know, long-term goals. You know, to be you know, a great player in this league. You know, for the first season, you know, hopefully be a rising star. You know, be an all defensive candidate. But yeah, you know, it's really just to help our team win. You know, I think we have a great team this year, great chemistry. So I'm coming in here to do whatever it takes to, you know, help our team win.
Do you have any pre-game like rituals or preparation you do before each game, before you play?
So I always have to be at the game at least 2 hours before. You know, I love to just sit in my locker, listen to music. I guess one thing I do is play freestyle Lil Baby. You know, whenever I'm walking in through the tunnels. So I have to have freestyle by Lil Baby in the earphones. And, just, you know, jamming out to that.
So what's the biggest difference you've seen from before you were in the NBA versus now?
The biggest difference I've seen, you know, on the floor is probably, I come from Australia, you play more of a team system. You know, you move the ball, you know, get the certain shot, whereas in America it's a lot more fast-paced, get up and down, play in transition, play off ball screens, stuff like that. Off the floor, I mean, you know, a lot comes with the NBA. A lot of media attention, you know, a lot of girls, which is good. And yeah, really just, you know, a lot more fans and people, you know,
What's one thing that you didn't know about the NBA or kind of surprised you in this last few months?
I wouldn't say anything really surprised me. You know, I knew it was going to be, you know, tough, you know, great league, you know, well looked after. You know, we got a great, you know, staff. You know, you can really get anything you need, you know, help from anywhere. There's always someone you can go to you know, get help, whether it could be on anything for real. You know, like for me, rocking up to the, you know, the practice facility, you know, getting straight on the table, getting my massage in, getting a lift in, going on court, getting my work in. You know, it's all there for us. You know, get a dietitian, you know, mental health people. So just the help and support around the NBA, you know, really is special and, you know, helps you because, you know, it is a tough league to play in and a lot of stresses on it. I need my Chipotle card actually, so if y'all can hit me up, get me my card. I'm there every day, so I'm a regular. I'll shout you out, do whatever I got to do, but I need that card, man.
Chipotle, get him that free card.
Chipotle, I spent that much money on Chipotle. I deserve this card.
Well, that's all we have for today, but I appreciate you coming through the barbershop and stepping on the podcast, and we wish you the best of luck in the next season.
No worries, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.